What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late night in the BrewLab with me, Lone Fox, your brewmaster in chief. And tonight, in the BrewLab, I'm coming at you with another episode of Serious Jank. You know, it's that kind of jank that might actually be quite serious. And without further ado, let's jump into tonight's brew. Mono Red Skitterbeam Warfare. We do have an Izzet version, bonus version. If you stick around towards the end of the video, we'll try and tag on some bonus footage with that one. But for tonight, we're going to be focusing on Mono Red. And I've been having quite a blast with this one. I've put a bit of work behind it. I'm hoping we get some good wins. These episodes of Serious Jank, we play in unranked. So yeah, hopefully we'll also come across some interesting decks. So it's essentially, dare I say it, mono red control or big red, something like that, where we just play some card advantage elements with the Mishra's research desk and reckless impulse, giving us some pseudo card draw, exiling some cards and then allowing us to play them the following turn. They're both really good for that in this deck. Just don't do it too early on in the game, because you inevitably end up exiling a Skitterbeam Battalion, which is our main win con. We don't want to waste these cards. You end up exiling one and not having the mana to cast it. So just be aware of when you do these. But usually, turn 4, turn 5, when it is that you're running out of cards, then usually you'll also have the mana to cast your Skitterbeam Battalions. The things that you really do not want to be exiling and not having the mana to cast are your Mechanized Warfare and your Skitterbeam Battalion, which is our main win con. We'll get to that in a second. But the rest of the deck is just removal. As many different types of removal that we could possibly fit into a mono red deck. Unfortunately, red cannot, or fortunately, deal with with enchantments, but we do have some ways of dealing with artifacts via the Abrade, and we have, of course, ways of dealing with creatures, planeswalkers, and the opponents. So spells that can go face, spells that can target planeswalkers and or creatures. So a couple of micro sweepers. We've got End the Festivities and Brotherhood's End. These are all going to help us sweep the board, and they end up doing much more than they usually can. If we've got 1 or 2 Mechanized Warfares in play, suddenly End the Festivities is dealing 2 damage, 3 damage for 1 mana. Does damage to opponent, creature, and planeswalker. Brotherhood's End, versatility in a different way. This one does 3 or potentially 4 damage. With 1 or 2 copies of Mechanized Warfare, you can go up to 5 damage, 3 mana to creatures and planeswalkers, or destroy all artifacts with mana value 3 or less. So just be aware that also takes out your Skitterbeam Battalions if you prototype it out. The copies would be tokens, so the mana value, I think it keeps, in this case, it would keep the mana value, so then we'll have to test it during the gameplay footage, but I believe the copies of the prototype would get swept up by this as well. But anyway, nice to have access to some sweepers without needing to go all the way to 5 mana for the burn down the house. Then we've got lots of targeted removal. Nice plethora of 1-drops here. I like my spread of Flameless Bolt, Play with Fire, Strangle. Exile potential, can go face with the upside of scrying, and then a little bit more damage, but the downside of being sorcery speed. And then we've got a newcomer for this little 1-drop spread, the Mishra's Command, which isn't really a 1-drop. It's just nice curve filler. I'm 99% of the time I'm picking the 2nd and 3rd mode, creature and planeswalker. We do occasionally have a bit of value, or reason to pick the first option where we discard cards and then draw cards for the discarded ones, in case we have a bunch of lands just filling our hand that we don't need and we're trying to dig for an answer. But most of and the last one where we're giving +X+O and haste to a creature we don't need, because the only real creature we have in the deck, Skitterbeam Battalion, already has haste. So most of the time I'm picking the 2nd and 3rd modes, creature and planeswalker, sometimes the first one. But nice to have this scalable removal spell. We can dump 5 into it and take care of a Sheoldred. But talking about ways of taking care of Shieldred, we also have the Obliterating Bolt, which can do 4 damage, but with Mechanized Warfare, gets pushed up to that 5 damage we need for the Shieldred. We've also got Abrade for some artifacts, but also nice, versatile, can take out some creatures. Lightning Strike has the ability to go face. You know, if we cannot destroy the opponent with our combo, which I'm still getting to, I promise, then if we have Mechanized Warfare in play and we're in the mid to late game where we've tried to get off our combo and we've gotten the opponent really close to the to death, but we haven't quite pushed them over the edge, we can use things like Lightning Strike and Excavation Explosion to go face with, and these will be doing 4 damage or 5 damage depending on how many Mechanized Warfares we have in play to the opponent's face to close the game out. I've decided to go for 4 Excavation Explosions, whereas, to keep things more harmonious, I might have gone with a 3-3 split with the Lightning Strike. But because, of course, the instant speed is great, but I just did want to also showcase this new removal spell because of the fact that it gives us some Power Stones, which means that sometimes we can actually get to cast a 9-mana Skitterbeam Battalion instead of always just focusing on the 5-mana prototype version. Those Power Stones can come in handy. They're also really good for activating Mishra's Foundries and or casting and activating Mishra's research desks. So going with a 4 of this one instead. But it can also go face and can help us close games out. And that's it as far as our removals, elements. And here comes the win con, right? Mechanized Warfare says that if a red or artifact source you control would deal damage to an opponent controls, it deals damage +1 instead. So if you play Mechanized Warfare on turn 3, on turn 5 you play your Skitterbeam Battalion, you're swinging for 9 damage because each of those little 2/2s is now getting in for 3 damage instead of 4. And that's really it, just pushing the Skitterbeam Battalion to its full potential by using Mechanized Warfare. And if that doesn't kill them after they've taken the 9 damage to face, we can hopefully swing in again the next turn or top deck another Skitterbeam Battalion, swing in with that, can add as many of these little bodies as we can to the battlefield. And then if that doesn't do it, Excavation Explosion, Lightning Strike, play with fire, go face, boom, boom, boom. We can also do a little bit of damage to the face of the End the Festivities. And then we still got a little bit of extra reach through the Mishra's Foundries. And if we still haven't finished the game off by then, we may top deck a Skitterbeam Battalion in the late game, having made some Power Stones, having drawn some lands, and just do a 9-mana one, which adds 12 power to the battlefield with across 3 bodies with trample and haste with the warfare in play. That's definitely going to end the game. And that is the brew. Talking about the mana base, we got 1 Hall of Tagsin, which we can use to make Power Stones, 1 Sokenzan, 4 Mishra's Foundries, and 18 Mountains. Let's jump into some games. See how it performs on the unranked ladder. This episode of Serious Jank I've been keeping on the back burner for a long time. The plan was to release this on a day just such as this one, because tomorrow I'm taking part in the Slice of Standard Pizza Box Open tournament. I've been spending most of today practicing my best of 3 deck for tomorrow, and so I needed something fun and janky to fill the gaps between now and tomorrow's content. So here we are. Alright, not the best hand, but we're playing unranked. I'm here to have some fun. Yeah. Mono red. Typical unranked algorithm matchmaker thing. Oh wow, doesn't have his 2-drop. Play onto the Kimono. He's probably digging for one of his own. Nice. One in the festivities. 2 bodies gone. And 3 damage to face, which is always very nice. Okay, we can sweep this up too. What? Come on, one Skitterbeam off the top now would just be freaking amazing. Four damage. Next turn gonna be more. Should have played the Foundry. Okay. Let's lead with the impulse. Damage. I'm really enjoying playing with this card, by the way, if it hasn't become perfectly clear at this point. So this will cost me 1 to make it into... So we can do an X is 3. Let's go X is 2. Yeah. 6, 8 damage. Got him. All right. Game 1 against the Red Weenies. You kind of just need to beat their initial hand, and then it's GG. Feels very similar to what's going on with Mono White right now as well. You just need to like get through what they drew, and then once they're in top deck mode, it's much harder to win with that deck. They just get a few turns where they get a land off the top and whop. Okay, seems great. Again. Okay, this time Izzet. Blue source gets tapped. I'm happy. Means we can play Warfare without any trouble. No enchantment removal in these colors. Getting ready. Do it next turn. Double blue. Not gonna risk our only Skitterbeam Battalion getting counted. And now we got a backup Skitterbeam, so we're gonna definitely try this one. Make disappear. Stand for stroke. Lightning strike. What else you got? Make a power stone with the Hall of Tagsin. Oh wait, we don't have enough. Silly me. 3, 6, 7. Still can't make one. Okay. Gotta try it. It's unbelievable how they always have the freaking answer, these guys. Oh. Definitely going with a second Foundry. So close to getting off our win con properly. It was worth a try. Again. Bye-bye. Such a pity. Our 2 battalions were both counted. Oh my goodness. I guess I could have tried them earlier on. There was definitely a turn there where he didn't have the counterspell in hand, but what can you do? A little bit of bad luck, but close. As you could see there, like basically just dealing with everything that they play with some removal or another, and then just getting ready for that battalion. We just got a bit of bad luck. But you know, the win is a win, no matter how you obtain it. I just really want to get that combo off once for tonight's footage, and then I can call it a night. Sure. Let's do this. There's the warfare. Hee 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 hee. Destroy evil is a distinct possibility. Why don't I just keep my mouth shut? Bye. Yes, yes, dump your hand. Make some power stones with the hole. Oh, baby. Seems decent. Sorry, Azorius soldiers. You got dispatched. Oh, okay, didn't have the warfare down, but was still enough of an intimidating play to make the opponent concede. I will be going a little bit shorter with tonight's video, guys. I'm afraid my wife is away for work in another town, 10 hours train south Italy. So I'm alone with my son, and he's got a bit of a, he's feeling a bit sick. He's got a bit of a fever and he's coughing. So I've left this very late. It took a long time getting him to bed. So please bear with me, guys, for the next sort of week while she's off on work. I need to, you know, prioritize looking after my little boy while he's sick. If I miss content for any reason, sort of between now and Christmas, now you know why. No, not mana blue. Anything but mana blue, please. Please let it be Izzet. Oh god, it's definitely the Jin deck. It's gonna be interesting to see if we can get around this. Cool. I wouldn't play this card in your Jin deck. The flashback means it's gone. It doesn't even add, you know, instant sorceries to your graveyard to reduce the cost of the Jin. Ah, wow. I'm so surprised that that hit the board. Maybe all he had was make disappear. There's the Jin. So now we need 2 removal spells. Maybe he counters this. Whoops. Inexperienced players. I was just waiting for you. Does it get any more boring than playing against this deck? Like, it just really takes the cake for the world's most boring deck ever. Yes, yes. Five damage to face. Okay. You didn't even have one to cast. Don't think I would play it like this. Target yourself. Targets me. Okay. There's only one card that can save us. And that is going to be the 3-mana Brotherhood's End. Not much you can do against that. Top decking lands against the 10 power is called a GG. Pity. I was really hoping we had that guy, but Mono Blue continues to be my pet peeve. Just bleh, bleh, bleh. Very, 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 very boring. Alright guys, final match of the night. Fat Bob 1600. Seems very nice. Let's go face. Okay, we don't need the command now. Let's hope to hit a warfare. Should have probably picked the land there, hey. I was stupid. Opponent. Oh, so it's an Invoke Justice deck. Yeah. Oh, yes. We're looking at next turn Invoke Justice, which is very bad news for us. Here he comes. They always have it. Every single game. It's like clockwork. The invokes are so broken. They're like still the best cards that come out of that Kamigawa set, in my opinion. Alright guys. 34 minutes in. We got time for one more. That was a quick defeat. Ooh. Some kind of Invoke Justice deck needs to get some sort of top results. It feels so strong. Like, I just keep getting surprised that there isn't a better representation in the meta. Cool. Trying to get to the point where this End the Festivities will actually do its job. Lordy lord. Hello? Huh? Give me a break, mate. Whew. Just in case there's another hasty creature. Come on. Come on. Yes. All right, everybody. We did it. We did it. That was the win con. I feel like we did the thing in a few of those matches there. The battalion really kicking ass. Our removal lining up well with the opponent's threats. Felt very good against the soldiers, you know, kind of creature-y type decks. A little bit unfortunate we didn't top deck our sweeper when we needed it in that one match. I think there's nothing really much more else that I need to add or changes to the deck or things that need to be discussed. It's a sweet little brew, and I think you should all take it for a spin on the ladder. The investment is quite a heavy one, so you know, if you haven't got these cards yet, then maybe hold off a little bit. It depends if this is the type of strategy that really gets you going, then definitely go for it. You're gonna get some wins with this one on the ladder, for sure. And if you've already got the cards lying around and you just have no idea, you know, you're looking for new ideas of things to craft, or you know, of brews to whip up, then you're welcome. So yeah, even the Hall of Tagsin, the sneaky one-off, came into play quite often in those matches. All in all, I'm very, very happy with this little creation of mine. And yeah, let's see if it ends up making any sort of a splash in the meta. You know, it is a content creator's dream to have one of your brews, you know, end up making a dent in the meta. But I did promise you I'd talk about the Izzet version briefly towards the end. We don't have time to tag on any gameplay footage with it, but it'll definitely get your brewing juices flowing, and I think this will deserve a video of its own. We may even do this tomorrow night. The Izzet version is very similar, still trying to do the same thing with the Warfare and the Skitterbeam Battalion, but we've got a little bit of cards that can help us with Power Stones in blue, namely Stern Lesson. Creates a tap Power Stone, and you can draw 2 cards, instant speed. So between Stern Lesson and Excavation Explosion, we're creating Power Stones with 2 of our 3 drops. We've also got Karn in the deck. We've also got Urza's Command, which can make Power Stones. So trying to play the 9-mana one much more often than not. We've got full playstyle of the Hall of Tagsin, but still got, you know, some good removal that lines up nicely with the Warfare, the Brotherhoods, and the Voltage Surge can do 5 damage by just sacrificing a Power Stone. You can do 5 damage to the opponent with 1 Voltage Surge, so, you know, ability to take out shielded and whatnot, and then we've still got the Obliterating Bolts, but now because we're splashing blue, we get to play some counter spells. So I've gone with 3 Make Disappears, 3 Syncopates, and then just 3 Surge Engines for some card draw, and just having a, you know, unblockable threat that keeps getting in with the Mechanized Warfare in play. That can win you some matches. So this one's also been really nice. We may just need to, you know, if you want to see a full video with this deck, then leave me some comments down below. Those always help me out with the algorithm as well. But that is going to be it for tonight's gameplay footage and tonight's episode of Serious Jank. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I will, of course, be seeing you all tomorrow with another fresh brew. And of course, until then, this is Lone Fox from the BrewLab, signing out. Peace, y'all.